I'm going to be answering some questions about the embroidery software I use and whether or not it's worth it to upgrade to the paid version of Embrilliance. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing fun and approachable. I know I've gotten a lot of questions on a previous video I did about importing BX fonts and typing out words, sayings, names, monograms in the Embrilliance software. So I'm going to be answering some questions that I saw on that video and talking about some of the differences between the free and the paid versions. Quick disclaimer, I am an affiliate of Embrilliance, but I've been a paying customer for quite a few years. I think the software is really easy for me to use. I like it, and one of the best aspects, in my opinion, is the fact that Embrilliance is not subscription-based. I know we're all kind of tired and we have subscription fatigue. I know a lot of sewing and crafts companies are moving in that direction, and I find it refreshing that Embrilliance is not doing it. Once you pay for it, the one time, you own it, you can get the updates, you don't have to pay again. I think the prices are pretty reasonable for what you get, and I also really appreciate that over time, as you skill build in the software, you can continue to upgrade to a different version without paying for it over and over again. So I'm going to link down below in the description box where you can check out Embrilliance. They do have a free version. This is called the Express mode, and this is pretty limited. So I did use the free version for a few years, and then I decided to upgrade to the Essentials tier, and I gotta say, I'm really glad I did because I use a lot of the features. So I've got my Embrilliance opened up. Here's my hoop size, and I find the user interface of Embrilliance to be really, I don't know, just easy. Like, I don't find that it's clunky. I use a lot of different types of software, everything from graphic design to video editing, and I find Embrilliance comfortable and pretty intuitive. And I got a question. They're like, hey, someone was asking me about the Stitch simulator. I believe that is a function of the paid version. So pretty much if you're using the free Express version, I think it's good if you just want to check it out. But if you want to do anything more advanced than that, you are going to have to upgrade to at least, I would say, the Essentials tier, which is what I have. Now, I do not create my own embroidery designs. I just take designs that I purchased and like lettering, and that's pretty much what I do. So the Express version pretty much just allows you can import BX fonts, which we showed you in the last video, and you can type things out, and then you can save that file, a complete embroidery design, to whatever file type you use. I use Brother, so my file type is .pes. But if you really want to do anything more than that, you do need to upgrade to the Essentials. You can see the menu bar up top here. A lot of these features are in the paid tier. So like the Stitch simulator, removing, if you want to resize a design and have it recalculate the stitches so the density doesn't get messed up, that is also in the paid version. Most of the features that you see me using are not in the free version. I did do a tutorial years ago with just the free version if you want to check that out. But the vast majority of the features you see here, like if I wanted to do a saying or like a phrase like this hello, and I wanted to add a design that I purchased to it and save it as a new file, that is not available in the free version. So the free version is really, really limited. I would suggest if you want to do anything more than just lettering, you should probably upgrade to the Essentials version at least. I'm not going to get into the digitizing because I don't do that, but that is on a higher paid tier than that. And I've heard good things on it, and Embrilliance does have a YouTube channel offering tutorials and whatnot for the advanced stuff. I don't do super advanced stuff myself. I do pretty basic stuff, but I find the Essentials version fits my needs pretty well. You can also, I haven't done this yet, you can, like if you want to try to use a larger hoop, you can split up the design to do multiple hoopings. That's something I need to check out as well. So if you go to the Embrilliance website, this is the free version. It's called Embrilliance Express. This mode allows you to type words, names using .bx fonts, and to open and save these files into various machine formats. Again, if you want to just check it out, you can, see if you like the software in general, I would recommend doing that first. But if you want to do anything more than that, you really do have to upgrade to like, and here's some of the different levels they have. I don't really see myself, like the Stitch Artist is if you want to do your own designs and whatnot. But this is kind of in line with the prices of a lot of the other digitizing software like the Wilcom Hatch. And I like that you can really buy these a la carte. So if you don't use a feature, you don't have to pay for it, which is nice. This one allows you to edit, design, splitting, and customize, and you can do more stuff like that. I don't really see myself using that. There's Patch Artist. They've got all density repair kit. Okay, so they have a lot of different tiers. And I feel like the website explains it pretty well. You can use this on either Mac or Windows. Here's, all right, Stitch Artist 1. This is for if you want to get into digitizing and making your own designs. They've got Stitch Artist Level 2 and Stitch Artist Level 3. And they also have different, like if you buy Stitch Artist Level 1 and you want to upgrade to 3, there's a different price for that, so you're not having to pay for it over and over again. This is like a more advanced version. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. I don't need this. I have the Essentials version, and I find that really fits my needs pretty well. So I don't really see myself needing much else. So with the Embrilliance Essentials, you can do things like merge. So you can merge designs. So you can resize things, colorize, monograms, letters. And then you can also resize things and have it recalculate how many stitches you really need so it doesn't look all jacked up. So here are some of the features. And I do actually think this is worth it if you do embroidery as a pretty serious, like if you're a pretty serious hobbyist with machine embroidery, I do think this is worth paying for. So you can merge embroidery designs in almost any format, even if they are in zip files, resize embroidery designs with stitch recalculation, colorize embroidery designs and convert between thread brands, add lettering to your embroidery designs, in multi-line, monogram, and circle modes. You can spiral text or make really large embroidered letters. Includes 21 fonts. You can modify lettering and create monograms. Sequence lettering, convert lettering to objects to stitches. Save designs. You can save applique files for an electronic cutting machine like Brother Scan and Cut, Cricut, Sizzix, and Silhouette. So if you're doing applique and you want to cut out the fabric beforehand using your electronic cutting machine, you can actually create SVG cut files, which I have done before, and I have another video on that. This really offers a lot of different features that I think are really nice. You can overlap embroidery designs and have hidden stitches removed. This has the stitch simulator. So the stitch simulator is a feature of the paid version, so that is not available with the free express mode. So you can do a lot. You can group and ungroup embroidery objects, change or remove individual colors, sort color stops intelligently to group elements in a color together, accounting for proper overlappings. Tons of different features that you can do with Embrilliance Essentials. Also, you also get, like, if the software gets updated, you get access to the latest upgrades, like the updates. So you get those for life, which is nice. I think it's a pretty good value for this software. And again, I've been a paying customer of Embrilliance for quite a few years. I like this software. I think there's a lot of educational resources available for you to learn. I think this is a pretty good deal. Okay, so you can get the software and font bundle. So I purchased a lot of designs from random places, anywhere from Etsy to designs by JuJu. I've gotten them from Embroidery Library, so lots of different places, and you can all use those with Embrilliance Essentials, and then you can play around with the designs. You can add fonts or names to them. I find this software to be very usable. So if you do have the free version and you find it's pretty limited, I wouldn't hesitate to upgrade to the paid version because I do think it's worthwhile. They usually have some sort of sale going on. And also, I really like that this is not subscription-based. That, for me, is one of the biggest selling points. So I just wanted to answer a couple questions about the software. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And you can check out, I have a lot of other videos about Embrilliance. I'll link the playlist I have on embroidery software in the comments if you want to check out some of the other videos. Just a quick one talking about some of these features, because if you do have the free version and you're like, oh, I can't really do a whole lot, that is kind of one of the reasons it's free. So if you want to do more with the software, I would really recommend you consider getting at least Embrilliance Essentials. If you want to do anything though with digitizing your own designs, you are going to have to get a more advanced software like the Embrilliance Stitch Artist or something like the Wilcom Patch. So I hope that answers some of your questions. Again, I will leave a link down below in the description box if you want to check out Embrilliance. Again, it's a software I've been using and loving for many years, and I do recommend you get the paid version if you're even somewhat serious about machine embroidery. I think it's a worthwhile investment in your journey if you want to do a lot more with designs and you don't want to use that like tiny touch screen on your embroidery machine. Anyways, I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I will see you again in the next one, and remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.